E44 of the worst talk show. I'm DJ Angie C. This rather red man is handsome boyfriend Dave. We're going to refer to him We're going to refer to him as Lobster Boy.
If I turn my head too quickly, my skin will tear right off. My neck is like bacon right now.
Can you tell that Dave's gone back to work and he's working on a roof?
Up on the roof.
Smitty is here already. We love you, Smitty. I'm not sure who else is here, but there you have it. Good evening, if you will. It's going to be a very low-key show tonight, people. Somebody's,
like Maloney.
Day 2 is exhausted, and I've had a day as well. Michael Maloney, we're happy to see you. Oh man, everybody's jumping on now. Smitty says, before we get too deep into the latest episode, also known as the best talk show.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for your beautiful hosting segments. We're going to talk about this, definitely.
I think he had to like cut and paste that.
Yeah, that's
like a lot.
Quite a big comment.
I don't think I've ever seen that big of a comment.
Avola's in the house.
Hey there, Sammy there. How are you there?
So Sam, I hung out with Julie Kramer this weekend. It was her birthday, and we went for a little walk. And she, casually, as we're on the walk, she's like, "You're going to Sam's, right?" And I was like, "Does a bear poop in the woods? Like, are you kidding me?" Like, it is the most exciting thing I've looked forward to in a long time. I cannot wait.
Hi, Sean O'Brien. How are you, sir?
Good evening, Sean O'Brien. Hello, all from the Charles River Trail on my bike. Oh my God, I love you. Yeah. First of all, I love that you're getting your ride in, and I love that you've brought us along with you.
Kevin Tachi's watching.
Kevin, were your ears burning? We was just talking about you. Before we get to anything, happy Pride, everybody. It is officially June. And speaking of Pride, we have congratulations in order.
Yes.
Dave's brother and his partner, Lee, officially got engaged last week.
Yes.
Last weekend?
I think it might have been even before that.
Well, it wasn't this past weekend. I think it was the weekend before, at least. I had a little something to do with it. I helped Tom pick out some rings, so I felt like I was little teeny tiny piece of that awesome love.
I was left out, but that's okay.
We're very excited for Tom and Lee. Congratulations. We love you both so much, and I'm happy that Lee's like officially going to be part of our family. And if we can just get him to wear the Chewbacca suit, the cosplay will be complete.
All right. Here's what we got, right? My brother is maybe 5'7", maybe.
Might be 5'8".
No, I don't think so.
I was just trying to.
He's a handsome guy, but I don't think he's 5'8".
Yeah.
Lee, his fiance, is 6'9".
And he is a tall drink of water.
I think they assumed that when I said 6'9".
Ridiculously handsome is what I'm trying to say. And all that height. Like a redwood, you just want to climb it.
Lee was sitting in a chair when Tom got down on one knee.
Yeah.
To propose.
Otherwise, he wouldn't have heard the proposal.
It would have looked really odd.
No, we're so I just so thrilled.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
We're very excited for them, and we are very excited that it's June, and happy Pride to everybody. Dave is back at work. If you're just joining us, that's why he's very red.
Yes. Listen, it hurts me more than it hurts you. Yeah, I'm really smart.
Yeah, so today's the second day on the job, and he got pretty red yesterday, and forgot to put
doughy looking
sunblock on. So you get what you get, and you don't get upset.
That's it. When you're dumb, things happen.
It's just it's a base. That's what we like to say with the Irish skin over here. I'm just working on my base.
I'm working on a base of blisters.
Yeah, but he's literally emanating heat right now, and I'm concerned later when we sleep.
Guys, is it emanating or is it emitting?
Emitting heat. I'm sorry, emitting heat. I don't know.
Somebody
probably emits.
It could be both.
It could be both, but you do like to correct me. So
I really do. You
I'm
know
gonna
why?
give that to you.
Because you were an English major in college and you graduated college, unlike myself.
Yeah. So he's just always going to be jealous.
So I like to
that.
catch her on little things.
Totally fine.
Little grammatical errors, you know what I'm saying?
So can we talk about what an awesome girlfriend I am? What did I do when you came home from your first day of work yesterday after not working at a union carpenter job in quite some time? And
First thing she said was, "Did you get paid?"
No, that's not
Just
what
kidding,
I
I'm
said.
just kidding.
Dave, as we talked about last week, has lost over 25 pounds. He's in very good shape right now.
No,
at least
no,
comparatively speaking.
I'm on the right
Yeah.
trajectory. My vector is corrector.
So while I was very thrilled that he made it through the day and he was still standing when he got home, which was great, I voluntarily I sort of put my masseuse cap on. If
I
you
was
will.
hurting pretty bad.
And
yesterday was...
he got like not an X-rated rub down, but he got all his muscles worked on and soothed.
I
and
wouldn't have known
whatnot.
what to do anyway. I wouldn't have been able to do anything with an X-rated rub of any kind.
No, there was no energy for that. But I just I'm just letting you know in case you forgot that I'm the best girlfriend.
I had no doubts in my mind.
So with all of that being said, I think we should get right into our show. Well, I will ask, did anybody have an awesome Memorial Day weekend, or was everybody's cold and soggy like ours?
Speaking of awesome, who out there is suffering from allergies right now?
Oh man. Woo!
It's a little brutal.
There's an awful lot of phlegm being hacked up in this house. Let me tell you.
I'm telling you.
Pollen for days. Also, Colin. Two big things about Colin.
Son number 3.
Dave's youngest son.
Okay. It happened on the day of the show last week.
What, that we found out?
No, yes, we found out that he was. We're talking about different things.
Yet. Okay, go ahead.
All right. My 18-year-old son will be leaving for basic training for the Army 2 days after the 4th.
Yeah, July 6th.
That's the 6th, yes.
So more importantly, he's graduating on time.
He's graduating on time. And
thank you, Grogu, because we
I'm
prayed to the Grogu.
yes, and
that
Grogu
it
was
would
just
happen.
like, Grogu was laid his hands on Colin.
Not only is Colin graduating on time, which is his Friday.
He is already sworn in.
He's already sworn in the Army, and he's at his prom right now. All things we didn't think
Things
were going to happen
pretty good.
a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So very exciting news here in the Shaw Dow household. Sean says, debris hitting me in the face as we speak. Yeah, everyone's getting killed by these sinuses.
Yeah.
My sinuses have no vacancy. I get hit in the beginning, more in the very beginning of the spring with the tree pollen, and I'm a nightmare. So I'm sort of through the worst of it, but the boys in the house are not.
I don't know.
They're miserable right now.
It's not...
I feel terrible. There's a lot of Mucinex going on in the house. And, I actually gave Colin a phlegm spit cup today, like a spittoon, because it was just gnarly. And so if you guys are suffering, we feel for you.
I love the kid, but he's really not good at spitting.
Oh, well, it's
an art.
It is
it's
an art. My dad could spit and hit a flying bird from the car. Like the accuracy was just deadly.
Yeah, there's a technique you really have to use, you know?
So one of the other things we may or may not have talked about, we did talk about the fact that Dave had lost a bunch of weight. We were very excited. My first big milestone, which is 100 pounds down, I am now 3 pounds away from that. And my reward to myself is that I'm going to get my nose pierced. So within the next couple of weeks, guys.
So she's getting a bone straight through?
Boink! No, I'm not getting a bone straight through. But it's something I've always wanted to do. And then you feel like, oh, I'm too old. I'm a mom. Why should I do that? It's like, no, the pandemic has changed everything. I give 0 Fs. There they are in my hand. 0 Fs anymore about acting my age. Not that I ever did anyway. But 100 pounds,
What do
nose
you mean?
pierced.
As we sit in front of the toy collection.
150 pounds. If I get to that, Kendall and I are going and getting tattoos. They will not be matching, but we will go get tattoos. So I don't have any ink yet. So Pinot Brothers, I'm going to need a standing reservation at some point, maybe. I just need these things to help, you know, keep me accountable, but also like, you know, just there are days when the scale isn't moving at all and I get really frustrated. And then I think, oh, but once I get to that first goal, I'm going to get my nose pierced and it's going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Fantastic.
all punk rocky and whatnot.
I want you to get the ear and the nose and then connect it with the chains.
Oh, I'll
like
do the Jane Child
Jane
thing.
Childs.
Yeah, I could totally do that. I could
'Cause-
rock a Jane Child look. I think I could do that. I could pull that off.
Love cuts just like a knife. Ooh,
Samable and nothing
you
wrong
make
with a
the
little
knife
reward
feel
for
good.
all of that hard work. Are you actually singing Jane Child?
I don't want to fall in love. I don't want to fall in love. Ooh.
Whatever happened to her, man? That was.
I think she
mean,
got her note. The
there was
chain was caught on the train went by and caught it and yanked her down the tracks.
I thought she was wonderful.
It was tragic.
So that's all the updates and stuff we have. We're going to get right to what to watch.
Wait a minute. Should we talk about UFOs?
No, we've already talked about
Except that-
UAPs.
Except that.
Yeah, we can't talk about that.
Oh, is it classified?
It's classified right
Okay.
now. We are related to somebody that saw a UAP last weekend.
In a group of people.
Yeah, and very close to an Air Force base. That's all we're going to say right now. And the big report comes out soon, and then we'll tell you more about that. So we are pretty excited about that as well. Okay, the biggest surprise, we did not want to watch the show. It's on HBO Max. We kept flipping right by it. No interest whatsoever. And then I read a couple people's tweets about the show, or maybe even a Facebook post. It could have been yours. And I went, let's give it a try.
Yeah.
The show is called Hacks. It stars Gene Smart as an older comedian who is sort of
Always
been through
hustling.
the mill and whatever, and is doing a residency in Vegas. And it is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's really great, guys.
Actually, I do remember one
It's
of the
hilarious.
people, Dean Falcone was one of the first people on my radar to be like, this is a show. You should definitely watch the show. And if Dean likes it, you
Yeah.
got to give it a shot.
It's like pizza. If Dean
Right.
likes it, it's probably really good.
So well written, so
Yeah.
funny,
Yes.
but
right.
also very like heartfelt.
Yeah, I
um,
mean, it's subtle at times. You know,
Not so
it's not so
subtle
subtle
at
at other times. Yeah.
And of course, you know, I used to live in Vegas, so I laugh at all the Vegas specific things.
Look at Smith already
Um,
jumping ahead. Hold on there, buddy.
all right,
Pump the
so
brakes.
Gene Smart has really been a tour de force the last, I'd say 18 months or so. Everything I've seen her in, and Mayor of Easttown is no exception.
I mean,
so-
I didn't love her in the Watchmen series.
Well, it wasn't a great role, was it?
Yeah, well, no.
But she's whoever her agent is these days, they're getting her the work. We're very
Yeah,
happy.
she's
they're
definitely getting
her
it
the
done.
work.
I haven't seen Mayor of Eastham.
All right,
Town.
Mayor of
Town.
Easttown, which really we all just want to say Mayor of Winningham. Let's just get it over with. Mayor of Winningham. Mayor of Easttown is based. I want to say it's based on a book, but I actually don't know that for sure.
Mm.
It's a whodunit, and they throw so many red herrings at you. You really don't see
Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
what's coming. And there's a big, huge twist at the end. And I will not say
don't-
anything
don't tell
about
me.
that. I won't. But Gene Smart plays Kate Winslet's mother, and Kate Winslet plays the local police officer who's the detective. She's the only
detective
on the
in
force.
town?
I don't know. But I never got all the way through Legion, Sean, but what I did watch of her was great as well. So
Nobody told me she was in Legion.
yeah, we watched the first season.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Not me. You did.
Okay. Maybe that was with my other boyfriend.
Possibly.
I don't think so. Anyway, Gene Smart is excellent. Watch Hacks. I promise you will like it. I actually got emotional after the first couple of episodes because even though my mom has passed away, and even though she was fighting Alzheimer's for the last few years, so we couldn't watch television together. She didn't have the comprehension. But before that, I would go out of my way whenever I saw a show. I would always think in my head, is this something that my mom would like, and could we watch it together? Because when she was first diagnosed, we could watch shows together and we would laugh and have a good time. And Hacks is one of those shows that I think she would have really enjoyed. And I actually got really emotional about it. I just can't say enough great things about Hacks. Definitely go see it. Or don't go see it.
No,
it's
stay
on
where you are
HBO.
and see it.
Sit on your couch and watch it. We watched every episode that was available this weekend because everybody was reined in. There was nothing to do. So
like back to
we
back to
binge,
back to
binge,
back.
binge.
And I was like, more please. More please.
Smitty says, oh yeah, you need sour cream for all those red herrings. I see what you've done there. Very nice. So the Me You Can't See. We're getting a little heavy here for a moment.
Oh my God.
Apple TV Plus. It's Oprah. It's Prince Harry. They've made a commitment to normalize mental health issues. It's, there are a lot of behavioral health issues in this very house. And yet the people who are diagnosed still see it as a weakness and not a strength. And the sooner we can change that conversation, the better. I urge anybody who thinks that a mental health issue or a behavioral health issue is somehow weakness or their fault, you have to drag them in front of the television and watch the show. It's called The Me You Can't See.
I have yet to watch it.
I have pleaded with him to watch it. I will make sure he watches it soon. I'm only on like the second or third episode, but it's very, very powerful stuff. And I didn't want to watch it at first. I was kind of all over the Oprah thing, frankly. It seemed a little pretentious to me in theory. Lady Gaga's on the first episode, and I was just kind of like, I don't know.
Lady Gaga.
But let me tell you something. It's well worth it. I want you guys to watch it and then DM me and we can discuss, because it really is, the sooner we get away from the stigma of behavioral health, aka mental health, the better off this country is going to be, and this world, frankly. It's just, and in certain cultures, it is not talked about at all. It is, in the African American culture, they go to church. That's what they talk about. You got a problem, you go to God. You don't go to therapy. And it's like that in a lot of homes across the country, and it's just devastating. And we lose a lot of people because of it. Really?
I'm trying to lighten it up a little bit there.
Off my soapbox.
Jeez.
The Me You Cannot See. Please, I urge you, if you have Apple TV Plus, watch it. Sam Avola says, I was on the fence with that one. I will check it out. See, I think that's why we're here, honestly. It's not that you guys can't find these shows on your own, but maybe you're on the fence about it, and maybe you're not sure, and we just want to give you a little nudge in the right direction. And I feel like if we can do that, then we've done our job. So,
Okay, so wait.
Dave got a win.
I don't know how you never saw it.
But
to
I
be
never
honest.
saw it.
Guys, does anybody remember the movie The Kingdom? It's got to be 10 years old at least. The Kingdom, referring to Saudi Arabia. Jamie Foxx is an FBI agent, and his team flies over to Saudi Arabia when there's a
huge
terrible
terrorist
incident,
attack.
bombing, and whenever Americans are killed overseas, like civilians, the FBI investigates.
Although, according to that movie, they weren't allowed to, and it was a very unique situation.
The thing is that the Saudi royal family had to kind of play it,
He
Cool.
said, I want you to watch this movie. I can't believe you've never seen it. I said, who's in it? He said, Jamie Foxx. And I was like, and then he said, well, Jason Bateman's in it and Jennifer Garner. And I was like, well, if Jennifer Garner's in it, I'll watch it because I literally love her.
And Oscar winner Chris Cooper is in it as well.
And he's great. Everybody's great.
Yeah. I mean, Bateman's dry as ever.
The Saudi counterparts, the guy that took them around and helped with the investigation.
Yeah, their liaison.
I don't know the actor's name, but phenomenal. Couldn't stop watching him. Might have a little bit of a crush. He was that good.
I'm okay
Yeah.
with that.
So if you've never seen Kingdom, definitely check it out. It's
The Kingdom, ladies and
very
gentlemen.
good. The Kingdom. Sorry, The Kingdom.
Don't-
So Dave had a big win. He was very excited about the win. We got to give him
You
the
know
win.
when I knew I had her when something happened in the movie and she goes, "Holy S!"
Yeah, I was literally, it was one of those movies where you're going to buy the seat, but you're only going to need the edge. Like I was literally like this the
Yeah.
whole time. Like it was
really
just
well made.
very fast paced.
And you know, it's
and
a-
just,
It's
you
a,
know,
it's
lots
a
of action.
Peter Berg directed movie, but it's okay. It's good.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
it's
not
more
a huge
like
fan of Peter Berg.
yeah. I mean, well, Friday Night
It's,
Lights was
you
good.
know,
You know,
it's a personal thing. Peter Berg came to FNX when I was doing all the movie reviews, and the lovely women at the Allied agency, which took care of all these screeners and did all the promotions for the films that were coming out, they called and I said, I haven't seen the film. You can't bring Peter Berg. I can't do the interview because I haven't seen the film. I can't even remember what it was for now. I think it was for the one where they went in a party and the hooker died or something. I don't remember the name of the movie, but this was the 90s.
I think the name of the movie was The Party Where the Hooker Died.
So Peter Berg shows up and they're like, no, it's fine. He knows you haven't seen it. It's totally fine. Like, it'll be great. He shows up and he finds out I haven't seen it and he's pissed. And he's given me so much attitude and I was not happy. So we get through the interview and then as a courtesy, because I felt so bad that they had not communicated properly, or at least he chose to forget that I hadn't seen the film, I allowed him to go shopping in our vault. Now at FNX, in 25 Exchange Street in Lynn, our offices were in an old bank and there was actually a bank vault in there, like with the big black door with the thing. And that's where all our prize stuff was, all the free CDs, anything that was framed, autographed, guitars, you name it. And I let Peter Berg go in and like take a bunch of CDs and he was still a jerk as he left. So no, Peter Berg, I don't
Peter
want to
Berg,
watch
we've
all
been
your
watching
movies.
you since Shocker. Look it up, people. No, it wasn't awesome. Peter Berg, when he was still playing high school students.
Which went on for quite a long time, if memory serves. So from the Kingdom, we go to Ragnarok season 2. No, it's not a Thor movie. It's not a Marvel movie, let's say. It's a television show from
It's
Norway.
in Norwegian.
Yeah. And it
We've
takes place
been
in
on a real
Edda.
Norwegian kick
We
lately.
really have, and we're a little obsessed right
I
now.
actually
We'll talk about
recommended
that too.
a bunch of Norwegian shows to somebody at work today.
Yeah, so Ragnarok, the first season I watched, it's subtitles. I still loved it. It's super cheesy.
I actually caught parts of it and I was like, hey, you know what?
Well, season 2 just came out, so I made Dave watch a little bit of it with me. And basically it's you know, all the old gods. Ragnarok traditionally was, you know, the old gods versus the really old gods, which they called giants, and that was the fight. So the gods are Thor and
the regular Norse gods.
Odin, you know,
Right.
all of that. So these kids in the town are the reincarnation of them, and they slowly get their powers and realize what's going on. And these two brothers, one ends up being the reincarnation of Thor and the other is the reincarnation of Loki. And it's just very smart. I kind of like this version. So I'm excited for season 3. Hopefully it'll come out. But
Josh is watching.
Hey Joshua, if you've gone by it on Netflix and you're like, that looks kind of cheesy, I'm telling you, it's kind of fun.
give it a try.
Give it a shot.
Okay, now listen, I don't want you to give away too much.
There's another movie that we kept, it was on our list, but we kept not watching it because while it looked intriguing, they did not promote it correctly at all. So this movie made no money when it came out last year.
Now, some of it, a bunch of it, is in Norwegian.
The movie
takes place in Norway.
It's called Mortal. Now, this is going to be our big, like, there's a couple movies that we swear by that nobody has seen. One of them is called Kin. We
Kin,
can talk
if you
about
haven't
that
seen
later.
it, guys.
And the other one is this one. It's called Mortal. And all you know is that there's a guy who's been accused of murder and something's wrong with him. And if you touch him, you die, basically. There's a static electricity thing going on around him.
Well,
they can't figure it out. He's living in the woods in Oslo or something.
You've said too much.
Have I said too much?
Yes.
If you are like us and you're geeking out about Norse gods and whatnot,
you just ruined it.
You have to watch the movie.
No.
It's so good.
No, you wouldn't.
We didn't know where it was going. And by the end, we were like, oh my God, there has to be a sequel. Oh my God.
So
it's so good.
The main character, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is if anybody remembers the movie Hereditary, okay?
With a weird looking kid.
Oh my goodness. The little sister. Okay. It's the big brother. He plays the main character. And
he plays an American who happens to be in this little town, this little Norwegian town. I think it's not Edda, but it's like Ada or something like that. Yeah. It's very similar. And he's been hiding out in the woods because there was an incident and everybody died and they blamed him.
He's got burns all over his body.
Yeah. I can't stress this enough. Like, I kind of want to watch it again.
It's worth it. It's worth a watch, guys.
It's totally worth it, especially if we have another weekend like last weekend where everybody's reined in and there's nothing to watch. It's on Prime. It's on Amazon Prime, and it's called Mortal. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed.
You should just go with the trifecta. Watch Ragnarok. Watch Mortal. Watch what was the Foreigners and Occupied. They're all Norwegian productions, and guys, they're smart and they're good and they're in Norwegian. Did I say they were in Norwegian?
Rob McKinnon, you're late to the party. You can't say WTF are you talking about if you're late to the party. We're talking about the movie Mortal. It came out last year. It made like $126,000.
It cost like $7 million to make, and it made like,
I'm telling you,
like
it's
the
sleeper hit of the year. It's so good.
Yeah, we liked it.
Really, really, really enjoyed it. And a movie that we saw a few years ago that we've never talked about on the show, but we went to a screening and we were blown away.
Yeah, we really dug it.
And we really thought it was going to be this huge sleeper hit, and then nobody went and saw it. It also was not available to watch on any of the platforms for a year after its release. Is a movie called Kin. And it's based on a kid who finds an alien gun. But you start watching the movie and you realize the brothers that made this film, I think they're twins, loves the first Terminator movie. They're a little Easter eggs.
Yeah, it's
all
cool
over
that way.
the movie.
I actually think, didn't Michael B. Jordan produce it?
And he's in it.
Right.
It's
Dennis
so
Quaid's
good.
in it.
If you're a sci-fi nutter like we are, and especially if you really love that first Terminator movie, definitely watch the movie Kin. It's just Kin. That's it. We loved it. Loved it.
You know, it's a desperately poor kid who spends his time breaking into old factories in Detroit to scrap.
Yeah, so he can sell it.
And
buy
during one of these little scrapping safaris, he witnesses something happen. And he finds this artifact, and it goes from there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we digged it. We dug it.
We digged it.
We dug it a lot.
So what? We digged it and we dug it. How about that?
Okay, so one thing that I'm kind of regretting a little bit, we didn't even buy it. We rented it, but we spent $20 because it still would have been cheaper than going to the movie theater. The new Guy Ritchie film, Wrath of Man with Jason Statham. I figured if we had gone to the cinema, it would have cost us at least $30. So the $20 was not that
We're
big a
ahead.
deal,
We got to
right?
stay home.
Let me tell you something about this movie. The first 25 minutes, we were like, oh my God, this movie is so bad. What are we gonna
I was
do?
actually like,
oh my God, oh my God.
Like, I felt like a sap.
Yeah. I was really upset. And then you
I'm
start
like, this
to
is
realize,
nothing like a Guy Ritchie movie.
Yeah. Then you realize he did it on purpose.
Like Snatch.
It's
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
The first 25 minutes, you're kind of like, I'm disoriented.
This
and
is
I think that's why he did it the way he
It
did
was
it.
like,
Because
this
then,
is a terrible American movie. It was like circa the 1980s.
Yeah.
Crappy.
But
like,
when it kicks in, it's a humdinger.
Wow.
It is. It's
There's a lot of shots fired.
Yeah. I don't want to give too much away. Rob Delaney is in the movie. He's another red herring that you think is going to be a much bigger deal than he is.
Right,
but
right.
We always love to see Rob on screen doing whatever. We're totally happy with that. But some of these characters were really great. They're very brutal. And Clint Eastwood's kid is in this movie. And normally he plays like a smarmy whatever. Layer Cake?
Layer Cake is also a Guy Ritchie movie, isn't it? I believe we talked about that today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one with Daniel Craig as the main character.
Lewis Warren, did you see Kin? Are you agreeing with us, or are you writing it down for later?
Kin, K-I-N.
Just asking. So I think you guys should not pay $20 for Wrath of Man, but when it finally comes out on HBO, wherever it's going to come out, you need to watch it. But remember, Angie and Dave told you the first 25 minutes are very weird and like kind of awful.
Yeah,
like it
like
just
really
makes you
just
feel
kinda,
like this movie can't possibly get better. It gets better.
So this guy is gonna be he's an armored car guard with a bad attitude. And it's like, what the heck is this?
Yeah, it's almost like a bad Charles Bronson movie from like the 80s when you got to watch R-rated movies on Star Channel when your parents went out.
Smitty, Eastwood's son does resemble him, only better looking probably, I would say.
He's also, I think, tinier. I don't know
That's
how
what
tall
he said,
Clint
smaller.
Eastwood. Yeah,
but he's crazy smaller.
Let's just hope he doesn't carry the same politics that his father carries, because that man is losing it. Anyway, Angie says, oh, now you're just making fun of me, Rob. It's just not nice. There's another new series on Apple TV Plus that I wasn't going to watch, but again, some people in my Facebook and Twitter feeds had highly recommended it. It's called 1971, the year that music changed, or the year that music changed everything.
Yeah.
Very good. We're only on the second episode, I believe. First episode is all about Kent State and how, the hippie flower power thing had died ugly death.
Literally
and figuratively, and then talked about how Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young wrote Ohio. Chrissy Hines' voice is in it. We don't actually see her.
She was
film.
actually a student at Kent State.
Yeah, for
when
those
they
who
had
didn't
the
know.
the National Guard shoot at the students.
Now, I knew most of that history. What she speaks about in the very beginning is that they had already burned down the ROTC building.
Yeah, I mean,
before
they
the
leave
other
that
thing
out of the
happened.
stories.
Yeah, so there's a lot more to that story. You definitely pick up a lot of knowledge you probably didn't know, and I imagine any of the younger generations haven't heard half of this stuff. The concert for Bangladesh is talked about. That was the first sort of fundraiser for a cause concert, other than Woodstock, really.
Yeah, but this was a fundraiser. The concert for Bangladesh was
and it was the
fundraiser.
first of its kind, and it was after the Beatles had broken up, and everybody was so excited to see
Now, wait a
George
minute.
play.
Was it called Rock for Kampuchea? Or is
I
that a
thought
separate thing
No,
altogether?
I think it was called the concert for Bangladesh. It was
Okay.
actually called that. And Ravi Shankar is the one that asked George Harrison to make it a thing,
Mhm.
and that these orphans need help. There's a genocide going on and all of that, and so that's all very interesting. Also, the footage from the concert from Bangladesh, and they're doing "My Sweet Lord," and Clapton's on the guitar behind her, and you're just like, oh my god, like it's very cool.
Well, that's a whole weird thing.
Very powerful first couple of episodes. I'm interested to see the rest, but I think all of us that are music geeks, especially documentary music geeks, I think we're all in good company on that one. Smitty was a high school freshman in 71. What?
I was a few days old in 1971.
I was, yeah. I was born very late in 69. So
I was born very late in 70.
Mark Mothersbaugh was at Kent State at that time too. Lewis, you are right. I totally
Lots
forgot
of good
about
music
that.
came out of there. Then,
Mike Joshua, my ears are in a board meeting, but last Twitch DJ gig for a while this Saturday. All righty. Is it X night? It is, because it's the first, it's technically the first Saturday.
The first Saturday.
We almost got into an argument last weekend because he was like, it's the first Saturday of the month. I'm like, no, it's not, because the first is on Sunday. So we will be there for X night this weekend. We hope to have you join us.
Hopefully I'll be too tired to dance.
Yeah, Smitty says Devo is from Kent State during the same time frame. They started their band because of the tragedy. Well, there was a lot of that, and they also get into Marvin Gaye and what's going on, and that Marvin Gaye really changed and did a whole protest album after all that stuff was going on as well. Just, you know, Vietnam had taken its toll, and too many people were coming home in bags, and you know, everybody was being treated very poorly.
Marvin Gaye's brother was actually in Vietnam.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And that's one of the reasons why he was so upset about the whole
Martha
thing.
and the Vandellas, didn't she lose a brother in Vietnam?
One of them did. It's just, you know, it also talks about some of the people that ended up breaking into a local FBI office and stealing documents that showed that the FBI was absolutely working to try to
undermine,
discredit the anti-war movement in very real ways. They were posing as phone operators. Remember when you actually, you know, in the old days when they would have to take the plug and put it in the other plug. Yeah. They were listening in on conversations from like college professors and all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of evil stuff going on. Not that the FBI and the CIA and all of that don't still do covertly evil things.
You know what really made it better?
What?
The Rolling Stones threw a free concert at Altamont.
Oh yeah, I think that's episode 2. They're talking about, we're going to show, Mick is literally saying,
we're going to have this awesome show. We're going to invite everybody.
It's free.
It's free. I mean, the Golden Gate Park is too small. So we're going to have it at this raceway, you know, adjacent or near it.
Of course, for any of us that.
But you know, you need security for a show like this. So who do you ask?
The Hells
Angels. Yeah.
What
could go wrong?
So that's all very interesting. And then they sort of get into when they all move to France to escape the tax loophole.
After they jump on the helicopter to escape Altamont.
It's pretty great. The whole series, I think, is going to be awesome. And it's definitely a nice big fat history lesson for those of us that maybe knew a little bit, but not a lot about all this stuff. 1971 was a pretty critical year, and I'm just getting into the episode that has Sly and the Family Stone, and that's very interesting as well. I didn't realize, I mean, I guess I realized that one of the reasons Sly went a little cuckoo was all the cocaine, but they really lay it out for you. And
somebody was like, yeah, cocaine ruined a lot of groups.
Yeah, it definitely did. So if you were thinking about maybe watching 1971, do it. Definitely do it. I watched a couple things that Dave wasn't privy to, basically because I didn't think he'd want to watch.
What?
One of those was the new Pink documentary that I believe is also on Amazon Prime.
Well, listen, if I watch the Pink documentary, I want to be by myself.
Understood. She is kind of a smoke show, and her thighs could crush you.
She's not perfect, but she's just
got
smoking hot.
She's got the body of a gymnast, I can tell you that. And you know, she's doing all the Cirque du Soleil stuff on tour. It's from the 2019 European tour. The thing that I love about Pink, you know, her and Carrie Hart, the former BMXer, who was really famous for the first one to do a full flip on the bike, right?
I thought he was a dirt bike racer.
And he did the first at the X Games or whatever. He was the first one to flip all the way around. So the two of them have been together for a very long time. They have 2 children. They have a daughter who I think in this is probably about 8, and then a son who's probably like 2. And they bring them on tour the whole time. And it's really all about being a family on tour in Europe. And I loved it. I don't normally like concert films because I don't really want to watch all of it. This is just enough of the performances. Almost in the same way Truth or Dare was really more about Madonna and not so much about that tour, although things happened. I very much enjoyed myself watching that. So I also like that her and her daughter have a very similar relationship to Kendall and myself. Just that, like, Pink is just always being super sarcastic and cracking jokes and stuff, and the daughter's right there with her and like totally getting the sense of humor, and I really like that a lot.
You and Kendall are like that.
If you like Pink, you should definitely check it out. It's called All I Know So Far. I'm very impressed and surprised by it, frankly. Rob McKinnon, what? Oh, Pink?
We got to wash his mind out with soap.
Yeah. Now he's giving sports scores. Like, we don't need people to realize that there are sports ball things on and then they leave the show, Rob.
I say go Jets, baby. Go Winnipeg. Stick it to them Canadians, kid.
Oh, good news. We talked about City on a Hill and how the second season was so much better than the first and how much we love Kevin Bacon and Aldous Hodge. Mm-hmm. I started following Aldous Hodge on Instagram and Twitter, and he told me today personally, not really, they have been picked up for season 3. City on a Hill, we're getting a season 3. Nice. Yes, very excited about that. We've also gotten back into the Great Pottery Throwdown.
Pottery.
The Great Pottery Throwdown. The only issue with this new season, I think it's also season 3, is that the hosts that we loved were gone, except for Keith, the crier, who's still there. But the new host was the woman who plays the nun on Derry Girls, and she's hilarious.
Siobhan, is it Siobhan McKinnon, McGuigan?
Siobhan something.
Mix something or other.
But that being said, this batch of contestants and the things that they're making, a little bit ho-hum, a little bit lackluster.
You know what? The personalities are not as interesting in this on this one.
Dwayne Bruce is watching, everybody.
What?
Oh, hail the legend, Dwayne Bruce. Very happy you're here, buddy. Make sure you check out Dwayne's show, American Debauchery, and it is on all his socials, and I will definitely post a link for that for this show on Friday as well. Lewis Warren, we've started taking a pottery class because of this show. Now, we never, ever were into pottery, ever.
Not at all.
And this show has absolutely, to the point where we look at things now and go, that's a good pull. Or like, just ridiculous. And I actually said to Dave last night when we were watching, what if we took like a pottery vacation where we went like over there and learned how to do
Stoke
pottery?
on Trent.
Yeah, I would totally do that. I would.
Yeah.
But again, this season not moving us the way.
No, it's just not as.
So I don't know about you, Lewis, but that's the deal. Everybody say hi to Dwayne. He's officially in the comments now as well. If you ever had a question for Dwayne and his various DJ shows over the years, now's the time to ask.
Yeah.
Smitty says, I know 20 Siobhans here in Boston and 0 Siobhans back in Detroit. I'm not surprised. Speaking of Smitty and music, we did want to recap the virtual
nice segue
Atomic Fez fundraiser for Boston's music venues, which we helped host.
Yeah, nice one.
The other night, which was so phenomenal. We were so blown away by the talent, not us, that was on the show. Smitty, you did an amazing job. What a swan song this was.
Listen, we were watching and then I was like, maybe we should have been more serious and like practiced. I felt like maybe we should have been in a ball gown and a tuxedo because we kind of stunk up the joint comparatively. I mean, you had Oedipus. Okay, let's just leave that one alone. It was like, listen, he was the most. Wait a minute. In he's Boston, so relatable in the 80s and the 90s. Anyway, just the Julie Kramer was amazing. Lisa Traxler. I mean, some really huge, big names. Matthias Lambert is here. Hello, Matt. How are you, sir? I believe it's still up, and Smitty posted in the comments all the links through the end of June, I believe. Definitely go watch it and give anything you can to the GoFundMe page or the Venmo. The Queen of Hearts cover, okay, by Gilly.
Andrea Gillis and Jean Dante covered
It is worth it.
Juice Newton's Queen
Just
of
to
Hearts.
see that.
Yeah, very, very good.
Yeah. The Chelsea Curve has a rocking song in
and
it.
the new song from the band Watts.
The
Kafko,
video is excellent.
Right now.
Danny Kafko.
Wonderful song.
Yeah, we
really
dug
enjoyed
it. We dug it.
And Smitty's posting it all again for your pleasure, for your viewing pleasure. We're really impressed. Not that Smitty didn't do a good job last year. He did, and so did we, frankly.
Yeah, but we were more involved last year.
Really,
probably not that great.
Just a who's who of everybody, from different generations in the music scene in Boston. I totally loved it. And we saw a lot of bands that we had never seen or heard before and loved them all, really. It wasn't a bad band of the bunch. So definitely check that out. Holly Cantor, when did you get here? Hi, Holly. That was awesome, Smitty. Still catching up on some of it. It's very long, so you may have to watch it in parts.
Hey, listen, how do you eat an elephant, guys?
One bite at a time.
That's right.
So we love that. And speaking of music, we have a very special guest next week.
What?
Erica Mantone is going to be on, everybody, and she's got new music coming out.
Erica Mantone.
The last time I saw Erica on stage, I believe, was with Buffalo Tom. She appears on their last record.
Doing a little backup singing.
Erica, for those of you who
Elevating
don't know
songs.
who she is a powerhouse, a Boston treasure, wonderful singer, and just ready to explode, I think. Like, nice she's got a hell of a set of pipes. She's also a pretty awesome person. And even would come and drive to the house and give my kids singing lessons.
That's right.
Which was just above and beyond. We
mental.
love Erica. We love the Mantone, and she's going to be on next week. She's going to be talking about new music that she's got. She's signed to a new label, I believe, as well. Lots of good stuff coming up for that. So
there may or may not be.
We may get a performance, but no pressure. We haven't had anybody actually perform on the show yet, so I want it to happen organically. I don't want to, scream and beg anybody.
Why can't I take anything that Rob McKinnon says seriously? Rob, stop pulling my chain, kid.
Rob said that we are a Boston treasure.
Yeah, you're a treasure.
We love
I'm gonna dig a hole and forget it.
And if anybody sees Mark Finney, we have a question to ask him about last week because he won a prize and we need to know which one he wants. So.
It's
Finn,
actually a while ago at this point.
Where are you?
Mark Finney, are you out there? Finney.
Holly Cantor agrees. Erica is the best. So Erica Mantone will be our special guest on the show next week, and we'll be promoting the hell out of that as well. Rob yanking your goat.
Oh, stop. You got it. You got my goat.
So we haven't talked about food very much because I'm eating like little tiny amounts of food with my new tiny tummy. And other than grilling, we haven't really been doing a lot. Although Dave does have what in the oven right now?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there a corned beef brisket in the oven as we speak? Yes, there is.
He starts working again and all bets are off. I don't know what's going on with that. But we did want to announce a very special addition to our wonderful friend, Franny, aka Francis, who is the owner and operator of Drive By Pies in Brookline, who we've had on the show. Fran has teamed up with a local small batch ice cream maker, and her pies are now featured in the ice cream, and it's being sold at Drive By Pies.
They chop up the pie and stick it in the ice cream.
So please go.
Because she heard I was on a diet.
Yeah. Every time she comes up with a new awesome treat, we can't eat it.
Oh, that looks good.
Which means you guys need to go for us. You need to say, I'm here instead. No, what would it be?
In our stead?
In our stead. No, like when you have somebody vote for you because you can't be there. What is that called?
Proxy?
Yes.
Proxy voting?
You need to go and be our proxy and get that Drive By Pie ice cream situation and then tell us how good it is. And
Dwayne Bruce loves him
pictures.
Some Franny.
Oh my God. The pictures she posted today, I was just like, oh, I'm going to kill you, girl. It just looks so good. So yay to Drive By
I'm
Pies.
actually working kind of like a hop, skip, and a jump from Drive By Pies.
Well, you could go and you could pick some up and we could each have one bite.
And then throw the rest in the gutter.
No, we'll just
Because
make
screw everyone else. They're not going to have it. I can't have it. Nobody can.
It just looks absolutely lovely. That's really all we had for food, really. I'm up to 2.5 ounces of solid food now.
Nobody likes to show off.
I am showing off.
I will tell you, Aldi's Mediterranean chicken patties, guys. They're in the frozen food section. They've got feta.
Yeah, they've got red and green pepper, olives. They're
There's a
chock full of
tiny,
goodness.
yeah.
It's very flavorful. Very
guys.
good. Oh, we bought something else at Aldi's this
winner.
weekend. Tell them what else we bought at Aldi's.
Well, what else do you do? You go to Aldi's and you buy pre-made foods and kind of lesser known. They have all their own in-house brands, and of course, you buy a weight bench.
We've been looking for a weight bench for a while, and we had seen one at Aldi's a few weeks ago.
It's an incline weight bench.
And
there's no dumbbells.
It was $60, so we thought for sure there was no way it was going to be good. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And basically, it could hold both of our weights. I don't know who's in the kitchen with timers, but please stop. We're trying to run a show.
That's my brisket.
Oh my God, really?
I planned it to end right as the show was going to end.
Well, the timer is now going off. This
That's
is a
okay.
Mickey Mouse operation, people.
Yeah, well, Mickey Mouse.
Not the most professional thing, Dave. That's all I'm
gonna
say.
Really. I'm so sorry.
Smitty says Aldi's every day and twice on Sunday. So I think we're gonna end the show a little early.
Really?
Because if you're not gonna get up and shut the
timer
off,
I'll get it up. I'll get up and
you'll get it up. We're very excited for the weight bench. Dave and I actually did a full workout together that didn't involve anything dirty.
About a half hour to get to the kitchen and back.
We have a bunch of different kinds of dumbbells, and we also have the stretchy pulley things that what are they called? What are the stretchy pulley things called again?
Resistance bands?
Resistance bands. We have several different kinds of resistance bands as well. I did an ab workout where I thought I was sick to my stomach for 2 days because my abs hurt so much, but it's all working, and that's why I'm 3 pounds away from 100 pounds loss. I think what put us over is the workbench, the weight bench. So we're very excited about that. Holly says, you two are going to be so buff. We totally are. We're very excited. Matt Lambert, I need a weight bench. Well, get to Aldi's, $60. You can't beat that with a bat. Dave, was that the last one at Aldi's in Medford when you grabbed it?
No, I think there were a couple more.
There were a couple more. So, Maddie, get to Aldi's in Medford tomorrow and pick yourself up a weight bench. And it's adjustable, so it can be a seat as well as flat. And it holds 500 pounds. So, yes, even for the chubby gals and guys out there, you can use it. And it's funny because I went on, we live in Marblehead, and there was there's a Marblehead garage sale kind of thing on Facebook, and some guy was selling a weight bench for $75. It was a used weight bench. And I said, well, you take 40? Because we don't have that kind of money. And he was like,
he was indignant.
How dare you? This is a $300 weight bench, and I'm selling it for a steal. I'm like, it's on a garage sale site, dude. You're literally just asking somebody to pay you to take your stuff away you don't want anymore. That's how garage sales work.
Is that how garage sales work?
Yeah. So I said to him, well, it's been sitting there for a while with no takers, so I thought I'd give it a shot. And then the next day we bought a $60 one. So
and we said, oh, you just gave the finger.
You can blur that out, right?
Wait a minute.
In post-op?
You just got the Grogu finger. Bite it, buddy. Bite it.
Bite me. Oh, Smitty says Venmo at DJNGC. That's right. The Venmo tip jar. We love everybody that hits it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everybody.
It does keep us in all the streaming platforms. It helps with underwriting for the show. And, we're very, very grateful as we're trying to get back on our feet here.
Oh, so grateful.
Matt Lambert is going to be buffed too. I think so. So thank you guys for hanging out. We're definitely going to see you at X Night this weekend. I'm going to be in Boxborough all day for a graduation party for my cousin's kids.
Shout out to my son, Colin. He's graduating on Friday.
We couldn't be more proud that we don't have to pay for summer school.
I can't believe it.
actually, we are really proud and a little nervous, of course, that he's going into the Army July 6th.
Infantry.
Crazy, right? Now we're
Kids are going to make their own choices.
Military parents now, because Connor's in the Air Force,
Yeah.
and it's just I would not have
Pretty
expected
soon there
that.
won't be any room on my back window for any more bumper stickers.
So things are good, and we're trying to spread the positivity and the love, and we can't wait to see
Where
everybody
is the
in
love
person soon.
you said was mine, oh mine, till the end of time? Was it just a line?
Where is the love?
Where is the love?
Sing us out, Dave. We love you guys.
Do-do-do-do.
We'll see you next week. Special guest Erica Mantone.
Bye,
Hit
everybody.
up the Venmo tip jar. We love you. Mwah.
And we'd love to remind you, wear sunscreen.
Please. Good night.